And we're at the start line once again for the penultimate race of the regatta for 2023, the Britannia Challenge Cup. Thames Rowing Club A with their hand in their air in the top of your screen in the black, red and white versus Molesey Boat Club on the bottom of your screen in the black and white. Again, a few minor changes to make sure they're straight. They have a cox in their bows. You can see the heads there, the coxswains who are going to steer this boat, but still adjusting. Go! And off we go for the Britannia Challenge Cup, or the Brit as we know it, the men's club coxed fours final.
There we see a duck dashing out of the way as these two crews come thundering towards them. Again, two very well known, very well respected crews coming down this course. They will again know this course very well, and they'll have had all the stories and all the history of what can be done at Henley, and they'll want again to be part of that amazing legacy that means Henley Royal Regatta, the win is in your CV.
Can Thames make it 2 races out of 2? They've won the Thames Cup earlier on in the day. Could be a big day for Thames Rowing Club, but are Molesey going to upset them today?
And this is a good angle as well. We're seeing those Molesey, all 4 sets of legs just powering down together. Really amazing synchronicity, just getting the blades in, getting the work on, driving into this headwind.
You can hear the legs call. The coxswain is shouting legs. Rowing is really a leg sport. You've got to use the biggest, strongest muscles, and they're calling for it.
And what's hard, even with those amazing strong leg calls and leg reactions, we're seeing Thames slipping away over their shoulder. So you've got Thames, we can't see them really close up yet, but again, that neat blade work coming into this gusty conditions, and just moving out, just stroke by stroke, just whether it's a little bit more rate, a little bit more power, just putting damage into the opposition. So again, there's maybe an overlap, again hard to tell from this angle, but they're breaking contact very soon. And at this early in the race, this is a psychological huge advantage for Thames.
Wow, what a start from this Thames crew. They have moved to a length, that's one entire boat length, away from this Molesey crew. Now both these crews had very tight races in their last race, but they've all had a day off. Their last race, their semi-final was Friday. What have they got?
Well, I want to know what Thames are doing on their day off, because whatever they've done, it's worked. They have made such an impact at a very early part of the start. They've got, like Jess said, 2 coxed boats, so we're hoping that the steering won't be an issue down this race. They've got great lines, a good gap apart between them, so they shouldn't physically have any issues about where the line is and how they're going to cope with these conditions. But Thames, at the moment, is such a dramatic start.
The glasses of the coxswain there. Looking at Thomas Critchlow. His bright orange glasses are reflecting the sunshine. But he's going to have to keep his head in the game to keep on par with this Thames crew.
Oh, meanwhile, we've got a lovely boat just relaxed, crossing in front of it. You look at the comparison of 2 different rowing styles. Here we come, 2 top crews in the country racing down towards this lovely crew that's enjoying an afternoon outing in a black tie outfit.
We love to see it. And Thames has kept that length lead, but Molesey aren't letting them go anywhere. Do you think this Thames crew have any inkling that their 8 might have just won that race, or is your head in the game?
I mean, this is the big thing. Unless there's someone at the start shouting across, by the way, did you know what happened? I doubt they will know. I mean, the lovely thing is when you see crews coming together at the end of the race, you realise what the clubs have achieved together. But I think they'll be unaware of the amazing victory ahead of them, and they'll just be focused on this race. There's one more race. It's been a long week. It all comes down to these last 2,100 metres.
And they've moved out to a commanding lead as they approach the Pre-eminent club. It's almost 1,500 metres into this race, but they're really through the meat of it, and Thames look absolutely sharp, calm and relaxed.
It's always interesting, isn't it, when they had such a sort of dramatic start and moved out very quickly, very early on. It's, you know, have they done more than they expected? Have they used the adrenaline of the moment to get out a much bigger lead than they thought, and will they start to pay for that? But at the moment, the rhythm they're in, the relaxation we can see from these angles, the shoulders are down, the length is long, you feel they could go down this course blade work's getting a little bit unsettled, certainly on the stroke side there that we saw. But it still looks convincingly they've got this comfortable margin right now over Molesey.
There's Thomas Critchlow, whose sunglasses are reflecting the sun. As we look down this crew, Toby Tegg, Thomas Rimmer, Ryan Notter, Philip Kaufman. Are they going to make a move? I keep saying it, it's now or never. You're going to have to put something huge in here to get back in contact with Thames.
Yeah, and there is that sense, isn't it? When there's a big gap between you like this is opening up to, it's hard not to feel slightly disheartened in that crew that's behind, because you can't sense the opposition anymore. And this has been everything you've trained for and worked for. It's brilliant to make it to the Henley final, but you want this one last step. And for Molesey, they're going to know it's going to take a huge effort to get back on track with these Thames crew.
Little glance around there. Where's that crew? You want to keep your head in the boat. You don't want to move anything that doesn't need to be moved, but now and again you might want to know it's hurting, this is painful, your legs are screaming, you can probably taste some blood in your lungs, and you want to know where you are, you want to know what you've got to give to get back on terms. But Thames are walking away with this today.
Yeah, and the real advantage now for Thames is they know they won't need to do anything more, so they're not looking for any drama, they're not looking for any big something change of rate or rhythm or power. They just need to keep doing what they're doing, and they have this race sewn up. So there should be a confidence. They'll still be looking for as fast as they can down the course. They'll want, out of pride almost, the biggest gap they can create to prove what a good crew they are. But they don't need to do anything that could be a risk to how they're rowing.
This must feel so good. If you're a rower watching this, this is the stuff of dreams. You want to be coming down the Henley course, you want to be clear water up, you want to be dominating the crew behind you, knowing that in another 400 metres you could be a winner of Henley Royal Regatta. Soak it up.
There's this quiet bit as well, isn't it, just before they come back in front of those huge crowds. There's a sort of lull almost of the towpath before you hit the crowds, and the energy you get from the support. These clubs are being hugely supported at Henley, and they'll just hear this the whole way down the course. So hopefully Molesey will also get a lift from that. Again, there'll be a lot of people supporting. Molesey is such a brilliant sort of club structure. They've got a great club programme, and you want that to be displayed today. So they will have a huge support, but today it's all about Thames.
Well done to the whole of Thames Rowing Club. What an absolutely fantastic regatta they have had. Their coach, Matthew Christie, can be hugely pleased with himself, pat himself on the back. It's unbelievable. Alex Law, Joseph White, Taylor Amos, Thomas Walton and Charlotte Foscone are crossing the line to take the Britannia Challenge Cup. Arms in the air for 2023, and the celebrations have just begun as Molesey cross the finish line.
And that lovely tradition of just, 3 cheers to the opposition coming from both crews. There's always mutual respect at this point. There is exhaustion, there's elation, there's disappointment, there's everything happening in that very close vicinity on the water. But there's always a mutual respect, and that's really important.